Hello and welcome everyone, thank you very much for tuning in to another video where it is time for match week number 8 of the 21-22 Premier League season. Apologies people, there has been obviously no content on this channel for the past week. I have been very busy. So I hope everyone has had a good week, and obviously the international break is finally over with as well. So let's have a quick look at how everyone did in match week number 7. I only got 4 points, including one perfect score. That was Liverpool to draw successfully against Manchester City by 2-2 was as well. Top scorer in the comments with 4 perfect scores was Sean Brennan, and Sean Brennan got 14 points, so very well done. The updated table will be in the description, so go and have a look and see where you are at as well. Very interesting table, you'd have to say as well. And also we will be discussing a lot of the games in match week 8 as well. So starting things off on Saturday, we have Watford against Liverpool. 4 wins to Liverpool and 1 win to Watford. The last result was a 3-0 win to Watford. But things have changed, haven't they? Watford have got rid of Xisco Munoz after a 1-0 defeat to Leeds United. Let's be honest, I think he did start well in the Premier League and then it just went pear-shaped after that. Yes, I know they beat Norwich by 3-1, but that was his last victory. But the thing is, they're in 14th place. So unfortunately, I think you have to say that it's been a bit rash. They have brought in Claudio Ranieri. How long will he get is another matter. It's going to be very intriguing to see. But I felt Watford were way too rash in getting rid of Xisco Munoz. I really am. I think they were really stupid to get rid of him, in all honesty. So that's why I think of the Watford situation. Liverpool, a 2-2 with Manchester City. It has to be said, the first half Liverpool were not in the game at all. And then the second half we completely went out of it, and 2-2 in the end. I think James Milner was very lucky to stay on the pitch as well. But you have to say I was very happy with the point, because considering that first half performance we weren't great, and it was a good way to get a good game in against Manchester City as well. Now Liverpool will be without Alisson and Fabinho. And there are injury doubts over Diogo Jota and potentially Roberto Firmino. So this could be very interesting. But Liverpool have to get a better result. The last time they were at Vicarage Road, they got absolutely beat by 3-0. I think Liverpool will bounce back in this one, and I think Claudio Ranieri's tenure as Watford manager will begin with a defeat. I'm going Watford 1, Liverpool 3. I'm giving Watford a goal because I believe obviously Kelleher will be in goal for Liverpool as well, and no Fabinho as well. So it's going to be very interesting, but I think Liverpool should have too much for Watford. And now we have a Midlands derby between Aston Villa and Wolverhampton Wanderers. 2 wins to Villa, 2 draws. It's 2 wins to Wolves and 1 draw. The last result was a 0-0 draw between the sides. Aston Villa coming off the back of a 2-1 Tottenham. Disappointing result because I thought they played really well. Obviously, Ollie Watkins did get the equaliser for Aston Villa. But a very interesting game, that one, because Spurs did play very well in that game as well. So disappointing, but Villa are back in front of their home fans, and Midlands derbies are very interesting games, aren't they, as well. Wolverhampton Wanderers managed to get a 2-1 win over Newcastle. A very good double from Han Wei-Chan, which is obviously always good to see as well. Jimenez with both assists as well. Great to see Jimenez back in the best form of his career at Wolves as well. Just has to get a couple of goals now just to keep him going, but Wolves were fantastic against Newcastle and thoroughly deserved to win that one. This is a very tricky one to call because, there's been 2 wins apiece and a draw in the last 5 meetings. I'm actually going to go for a Villa win. I think Villa will have too much for Wolves. I think they will scrape past them. Going to go Aston Villa 1, Wolves 0. There's never too many goals between these two. I just think that Aston Villa will win this one. I'm going to go for a 1-0 win to Aston Villa. And now we have Leicester City against Manchester United. 3 wins to United, 1 win to Leicester and 1 draw. The last result was a 2-2 between the sides. Leicester City, oh dearie me. I mean, Leicester City are doing their best to not win games. 2-0 up against Crystal Palace last week. And unfortunately, they let slip a 2-goal lead to draw 2-2. Very, very disappointing. It has to be said. But I have to say, Leicester City, I mean, Vardy and Iheanacho got the goals. That was good to see. But defensively, they're absolutely shambles at the moment. And set pieces is a real problem with them as well. But I don't think Leicester City fans expected to, win that game anyway. I think there are a lot of people said possible draws, maybe even Palace wins. So that's where Leicester City are at the moment. They're not doing too well at the moment. Manchester United, well, a 1-1 with Everton, another disappointing result, and it's obviously come to question that how long's Ollie really got at Manchester United, you have to say. I don't think his job is under any threat. I think Manchester United will be loyal to Solskjaer, and I think Solskjaer will be still Manchester United manager anyway. But big October coming up with Liverpool, Spurs, Manchester City on the horizon, and potentially Arsenal as well coming up for Manchester United, and Atalanta coming up in the Champions League. So it's a big month for Manchester United fans as well. Cristiano Ronaldo is the player of the month as well. I've got to be honest, when he was nominated, I was like, yeah, there's no other person that's going to get it. Ronaldo, definitely he was going to get it. So yeah, Manchester United, I'm going to go for them to win a bit at Leicester. I think they will just have a little bit too much for Leicester City. I'm going to go for a 2-1 win to United in this one. And now we have Manchester City against Burnley. 5 wins to the Citizens last time. 5-0 the last meeting between the two. Man City again a 2-2 with Liverpool. I have to say, for all that first half dominance from Manchester City, they should have been about 3 up, and this is the worrying thing. If they don't have an out-and-out goal scorer, you're not going to win games, unfortunately, and that is what has been key to Manchester City's successes, is having a recognised goal scorer, and unfortunately, they don't seem to have that at the moment. But obviously, Foden was one of the best players on the pitch last week as well, and obviously Kevin De Bruyne get a good goal to make it 2-2 draw as well. Burnley still yet to win in the Premier League, and my goodness me, they will not come any closer to beating Norwich in that game as well. 0-0. I think many people probably would have predicted that at the start of the week anyway. So Man City, Burnley, always seems to be a Man City win, doesn't it? I think Man City will go crazy again. The last 2 meetings from between the sides at the Etihad has been 5-0. I'm going to make that 3 out of the last 4 meetings. I'm going Man City 5, Burnley 0. I think Man City will be too strong for Burnley in that one. And now we have Norwich City against Brighton. Only 2 meetings in the Premier League era between these two, and it is 2 wins to Brighton, 1-0 win to Brighton. Norwich City have finally got off the mark with 1 point from that game against Burnley. It wasn't a pretty game to watch, but probably Burnley had the better of the game, you'd have to say, as well. So it's disappointing to see Norwich not get any wins yet, but this game they might have a chance. But Brighton are in very, very good form. I felt Graham Potter was probably unlucky not to get the manager of the month. Well done to Mikel Arteta. I think it's absolutely fantastic. But Brighton were on a really good run that last month, so I think they will do well. Obviously, 0-0 with Arsenal probably had the better of the play, and if being honest, they had 61% possession. Arsenal had 39% possession. Very, very unlucky to come out of a 0-0. So I think they will bounce back in this one. I'm going to go for them to win against Norwich City. 2-0 win for Brighton in this one. And now we have Southampton against Leeds United. 2 wins to Southampton, 2 wins to Leeds and 1 draw. The last result was a 2-0 win to Leeds United. Southampton coming off the back of a 3-1 defeat against Chelsea. I have to say, I thought Southampton played very, very well. Unlucky not to actually get anything out of that game. Yes, I know the red card changes things. For me, it is a red card. I think the way he goes into the tackle, I think it's rash, it's malice. Very, very high challenge on Jorginho. So I think he was a bit unlucky. Livramento returned to Chelsea. He was absolutely magnificent. Won the penalty for Southampton as well. Look, Southampton I think will be fine. I think Ralph Hasenhüttl is a very, very good manager. And I think he will get his ideas across to try and get wins as ASAP. I think they will be fine. I don't think Southampton will have any problems or any relegation trouble, that is for sure. Leeds United, 1-0 win over Watford, starting to get results, which is always a good thing as well. Their first win of the season. Llorente scoring the winner for Leeds United as well. It's all about consistency now for Leeds United as well. Leeds United did win both fixtures last season as well, but I've just got a feeling Southampton are coming off a little bit of an unlucky result against Chelsea, and I think they will actually go on and actually draw this one with Leeds. I'm going for a 1-1 draw between Southampton and Leeds. I think it'll be a very, very interesting game. Now we have high-flying Brentford against high-flying Chelsea. 7th place against 1st place in the Premier League. It is 4 wins to Chelsea and 1 draw. The last result was a 2-2 draw. This was an FA Cup tie in 2013. And in fact, the last league meeting between Brentford and Chelsea came all the way back on the 15th of March 1947. So it has been a long, long time since these two last met in a league fixture. However, Brentford, we have to give applause to where it's due. They have been magnificent since their return to the Premier League. They have been very, very good. A late winner against West Ham as well. Vissa with the winning goal. Look, Brentford are playing really, really well. And actually, you have to say, David Raya, the goalkeeper, has been exceptional as well. Did the international break come at the wrong time for them? It might have done. But they are coming up against the league leaders Chelsea. 3-1 win over Southampton. Very, very good performance from Chelsea, you'd have to say as well. This is a really, really difficult one to call. Brentford have already played, obviously, West Ham. They played Liverpool. And they've beaten Arsenal as well. London derby. It's under the lights as well. I'm going to say Brentford will get a famous win over Chelsea. I'm going Brentford 2, Chelsea 1. I have a feeling Brentford will get a famous win there. Look, I think Brentford have been fantastic. I think Chelsea have been very, very good as well. But I'm just going to give Brentford the win. I think Brentford will actually get a win over Chelsea. Who knows, but we'll see what happens anyway. But I'm going to go for a 2-1 win to Brentford. So we move into the Sunday games. It's Everton against West Ham. 3 wins to Everton, 1 win to West Ham and 1 draw. The last result was a 1-0 win to West Ham. Everton getting a 1-1 with Manchester United. Tom Davis. If you had a brain in you, you put that low to the hairs right. He passes to Yerry Mina and Yerry Mina's offside. So if Tom Davis had actually shot that, I think Everton go away with a 2-1 victory. But you have to say Everton have started really, really well under Rafa Benitez as well. I am looking forward to this game actually. Two good sides, two good footballing sides as well. Rafa Benitez against David Moyes should be a cracking game. This one, West Ham on the back of a 2-1 defeat to Brentford. Nothing you can say. They did play very, very well. Did West Ham, and unlucky to lose against Brentford, but yeah, it was disappointing. It was a very, very disappointing game as well. But I'm actually gonna go for a West Ham win in this one. I think West Ham will go to Everton, and I'm gonna go for a 2-1 win to West Ham. I think they will be a little bit too strong for Everton. And now we have Newcastle United against Tottenham. It's 2 wins to Tottenham, 2 draws, and 1 win to Newcastle. The last result was a 2-2 draw between the sides. But it has all changed in Newcastle. Mike Ashley has finally left the club. He is no longer owner of Newcastle United. And in comes Amanda Staveley and the Saudi Group PIF, I think is what you call it. Look, Newcastle United have needed new ownership for absolute ages. It has been getting very, very stale under Mike Ashley, so he's gone. Now it's a new era. Now Newcastle United fans are absolutely joyous, and I think this is the makings of. Will Steve Bruce though be still at the club? There's been a lot of speculation that he could be on his way out. There's also a lot of speculation that he could potentially see his 1000th game and then potentially go as well. But we shall see what happens, because Newcastle United, it's a great time to be a Newcastle United fan. That is for sure. They are the richest club in the world now, which is mad, absolutely mad. But we shall see what happens in this one. Tottenham, 2-1 win over Aston Villa. Højbjerg and Lucas Moura with the 2 goals as well. And Tottenham are starting to get wins under Nuno Espirito Santo as well. But the place will be buzzing. St James's Park will be absolutely jumping. The fans will be expectant as well. I'm going to go for a Newcastle win. I think the good feel factor around the club will give them the confidence to do it. Apparently Callum Wilson might be back for this game as well. That's massive for Newcastle, and I think Willock might be back as well. So I'm going to give Newcastle the win here. I'm going to go for Newcastle 2, Tottenham 0 in that one. And now we have Arsenal against Crystal Palace, the Monday Night Football to finish this match week off. It's 1 win to Arsenal, 1 win to Palace, and 3 draws. The last result was a 0-0 draw between the sides. Obviously, Arsenal 0-0 draw with Brighton in the last meeting. But well done to Mikel Arteta, manager of the month, which is always a good thing to see as well. This is going to be a very interesting game because Crystal Palace getting a 2-2 with Leicester. Obviously, Elise, he has to start games now for me. Elise is fantastic. He has to start games for sure. And also Jeffrey Schlupp getting a goal as well. This is going to be a very interesting meeting because Patrick Vieira goes back to the Arsenal as a manager. And I can actually see Arsenal Crystal Palace being a very, very good game, very open game as well. But I think it's going to be a 1-1 draw. I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw. They do seem to like meeting each other, but I've just got a feeling with the way Crystal Palace are playing, Edward could give Arsenal a lot of problems as well. I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw between the sides. So that is it. That is match week number 8 done and dusted. As I've always said, leave your predictions in the comment section down below. And obviously check out the league table as well. That will be in the description box down below. And like Sean Brennan with 14 points last week, which was fantastic, you will get a shout out in the next video. So I will go for my predictions very, very quickly as always. So we have Watford 1, Liverpool 3. Aston Villa 1, Wolves 0. Leicester City 1, Manchester United 2. Manchester City 5, Burnley 0. Norwich 0, Brighton 2. Southampton 1, Leeds United 1. Brentford 2, Chelsea 1. Everton 1, West Ham 2. Newcastle United 2, Tottenham 0. Arsenal 1, Crystal Palace 1. And that is that for match week 8. So thank you very much for watching as always. It does really, really appreciate me as well. I do appreciate everyone watching these videos. And we will see what happens in match week number 8. Some very, very good games on show for sure. But until then, it's goodbye from me. If you do like the content, please hit that subscribe button. Drop a like on the video as well. And we will see what happens in these games. And I'll see you all in the next video. Take care. Bye bye for now. Thank you for watching. Cheers. Bye.